How's everybody doing today? You should have stayed out there for the ice bucket challenge, man. That was really good that our team had enough interest to, want to do that, to create awareness for ALS. I'm sure most of you have seen the ESPN deal, and I'm really excited that so many people have taken such an interest in this, and it's raised quite a bit of money and awareness to maybe affect this disease that has affected a lot of people, including our Kevin Turner, who was a great player here and a great player in the NFL. We're certainly do our share in making a contribution to, help that cause. From a team standpoint, I would say, my take from the scrimmage is, we have a lot of potential, but lots of people have potential. It's sort of what we do with it. Who's willing to go live and do the things that they need to do to, live the words. Everybody says they're all in, but they got to go live it every day. And, we'll see how we do that. And we really won't know that until we go through, a big part of the season to see what kind of consistency that we can play with. But we need unity. We need togetherness. We need everybody to do their job. And looking at the scrimmage, there's too many plays where 10 guys do what they're supposed to do very well, one guy doesn't, and it affects our ability to be able to have success on that play. So, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a missed call, whether it's a mental error, a missed tackle, a busted coverage, whatever it is, we need to eliminate those things so that, we can play error-free football and let the other team try to beat us with the players that they have rather than our lack of execution. I think you got to take advantage of the opportunity when the opportunity exists, and certainly, we've worked all year long for this season, which is, ready to come up here, and, this is kind of our last week to have an opportunity to improve on some fundamental things and get better, which I saw progress being made today, in every area. And then, we're still going to work on opponents, and, probably later in the week, we'll start working on West Virginia. So I don't really think that, I think you guys have been around here long enough that I think you can practice too long for a game. There's things that we work on every day that are things that we don't see. They play a different defense, so, we need to look at that a little bit, 3-3 stack, with our offense. And they're obviously a speedball team that spreads you out and throws a lot of bubble screens and, makes you defend 53 yards wide and lots of vertical routes too. So we've got a lot of things to work on, but we're working on the front end of our schedule now from Florida on up. So, that's really, what our focus is.
I've got two. First, I guess you went through the challenge as well. Did they do a better job with the bucket than they did in Pasadena?
Oh, yeah. We had them throw it off the porch, so nobody could get hit in the head. But we had the whole team there, and they had about 15 buckets, and it was good. That's why I changed shirts. It was good. I challenged my good friend, Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia, who I grew up with, who's a U.S. Senator. Mark Ingram, our only Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama. Paul Feinbaum, who is, one of your illustrious colleagues in the state of Alabama. And, Will Muschamp told me nobody ever challenged him, so he was a former assistant of mine and a good friend, so we challenged him. So those are our four people that we challenged today.
Okay, and my other one, and just have to follow up from the scrimmage going into practice this week, will you continue to handle the quarterbacks the same way?
Yeah, we're doing the quarterbacks the same way. It's somebody has got to take the job. One day, one guy plays really well, and you say, well, that looks like that might be it. And the next day, the other guy plays really well, and but I think the good news is we have two guys that I would feel very comfortable playing. So I think this competition has helped us develop, several players. And Alex Morris has actually had a really good fall camp, and we feel like he's made a lot of progress as well. So we're kind of encouraged by what all three of those guys have done. But I would like to see somebody take the bull by the horns from a leadership standpoint and a consistency standpoint and, win the job here, sometime. But we're not going to make the decision until somebody does that.
Is there one thing, maybe the most important thing you learned about this team, just intangibles, through the first 2 weeks through camp?
Well, I've liked, everything about this team. I saw some things in this last scrimmage that were very encouraging, that reinforced all the things that I liked, in the team: character, attitude, chemistry, effort, sort of intangible type things that you look for. But I also saw some things that was disappointing, especially when, things didn't go well for a few of the guys. Instead of responding to the challenge and the adversity, they kind of let it affect them. And, that's never been a quality that we want on our team. I don't think you can compete in our league on the road with all the adversity that you have to overcome and not have, a stronger sense of purpose to be able to focus and play with consistency. So that's something that some of our guys certainly need to work on.
I wanted to ask about Blake specifically. What improvements have you seen from him since the spring?
Well, Blake's really improved, first of all, his knowledge of the offense, capable of doing a lot more things, really improved as a passer. And because he's improved as a passer, I think he's more confident. So he doesn't go what I call rat trap and start running around. I mean, he really has enough confidence to throw the ball on time and throw it to the right place and feel like he can make a completion and not have to do everything himself. So I think those are probably the two areas that I think he's improved in the most.
I know Trey DePriest has practiced, but he's been a bit limited. How far away is he from a conditioning standpoint to being back where he needs to be? And given the inexperience at middle linebacker, how important is he to this defense?
Well, he practiced in the scrimmage and played in the scrimmage, and I don't think that you can. I don't know exactly how many days he missed, the week or 10 days or whatever, and then he wasn't full speed, but he's pretty much full speed now. He was pretty much full speed on Saturday. We've been working with him on the conditioning aspect, but I think when you reach this point of the season, he's going to have to play himself in shape. I told him today, I said, you're going to have to push yourself in practice like you never have before, because that's the only way that you're going to get in shape, because, you're not going to have camp to go back to. And I think he'll do that. And when we play these speedball teams, we might have to play, more guys until we get him to that point.
I want to ask about the punting competition and if J.K. Scott has sort of separated himself from any others.
Yeah, he's separated himself. He's the best punter we have. I mean, have you seen him punt? Well, that one's an easy one. Thanks, Coach. That's it? All right, you guys are easy today.